morning, good afternoon, whatever time you are tuning in, man. We are going to react to News Night with Abby Phillips. Got a couple people there. Let's go ahead and see what they're talking about. I know for a fact one thing they're talking about is Michelle Obama not going to the inauguration. When was this? This was 13 days ago. That was before, the whole inauguration happened. The greatest inauguration in the history of America. Let's go ahead, man.
Not going high. She's done.
You know, it's an insult to the office of the presidency. It doesn't matter who's the president. This is a tradition that's been around for over 100 years. You shouldn't do this.
Tell that to Donald Trump.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter who Donald Trump or who isn't. It's the president of the United States.
No.
He didn't show up.
I'm saying he didn't show up at all.
I don't.
And he was actually.
I don't
like
agree
a
with
former
that
first
either.
lady,
You should always show for the office.
8 years ago.
Doesn't matter. Then you should say Donald should have shown. Everybody should show up for funerals and for inaugurations. Period.
I don't really care whether she's there all that much. I mean, she can make her travel decisions. I do think this is part of a pattern of these little petty snubs. This is one. Kamala Harris won't invite J.D. Vance's wife and kids over to the Naval Observatory where she's moving children into. They'd never been in it before. A clear sort of petty snub. Then when she tweeted out the picture of the Carter funeral, she clearly cropped out Trump out of the picture. I think
she didn't crop it. That was a picture that the Carter family released.
Okay, well,
he was behind a pillar, but yes, he was not in the photo.
Look, you can blame it on Trump and say, well, he treated Biden terribly, and I agree. I think Biden should have gone to the inaugural, or Trump should have gone to Biden's inaugural as well. I don't care whether she comes or not, but I do think some of this pettiness is beneath.
Can I just on the
people's
Kamala Harris
profile.
of it all? Let me just play. Not to explain it. She can do what she wants. She's the vice president. But here's what J.D. Vance has said about her.
It's that Kamala Harris is so asleep at the wheel that she won't even do an investigation into what happened, and she wants to yell at Donald Trump because he showed up. She can go to hell. But while we're not garbage for thinking that Kamala Harris has done a bad job, I think in a couple days the voters of New Hampshire are going to take out the trash in Washington, D.C., and that person's name is Kamala Harris.
Okay. Michelle Obama represents me. And I'm glad that she's not. Like, if she doesn't want to go, don't go. I hear it, but I just feel like she has gone high. She's gone very high for a very long time. And I have said on the show before, when they go low, we need to match energy. We are in a different era of politics. Also, Donald Trump doesn't want Michelle Obama at his inauguration, so he doesn't care. Like, let that be his day. He won. Go govern. Michelle Obama, go live your best life. Represent the 92 of us who stood up for Kamala Harris.
But when it comes to what happened to Trump, when he lost, that's different. That's way different, because it's like everybody was against him. If you think about it, if you look and investigate for yourself, he did not lose. It's like he won 3 times.
And if Kamala Harris has been more than graceful with presiding over the certification of the election, with showing up, I mean, you laugh, but
graceful.
Yes.
Like
the last time that happened, remember the whole Capitol was on fire. Crap was smeared on the wall. I'm just saying,
she has
it's not
no
laugh.
functional
It's
role
not.
in it.
It's like your laugh is
ministerial.
Your laugh is diminishing sometimes your points, because if you just remember 4 years ago, we just didn't even have any of those things. We didn't have the sitting president come to the inauguration, let alone a first lady from 8 years ago. So Michelle Obama, go live your best life.
I would just quickly throw in here, she's a human being. She may be sick, and that is an
Why don't you say that?
No,
I don't know, and
she's not.
business, but she can make a decision. And the second thing to say is, I think there are a lot of people, to pick up on Ashley's point, who probably feel like, you know what, I really don't like Donald Trump. I don't like the way that I've been spoken about. I don't like the way I've been spoken
What about
to.
the office of
I
the
don't like the
presidency?
kind of racial animus that's involved in so many of this stuff. And so maybe she doesn't want to go. Her husband, on the other hand, the former president, is doing just what you guys suggest, and sticking with the formality and the tradition. But I think she has the right.
Hillary should not go either.
I mean, look, the spouses are doing what they want. I mean, Melania Trump didn't go to the White House when the Bidens invited Trump just this past fall. You know, Melania Trump and Donald Trump didn't invite the Bidens to the White House in the last transition because there was no transition. They just did not have one.
Yeah. Nothing bad about either side doing this to the other.
Bruh, it's different when it comes to that, man. It's really, for me, I think it's different for the way they treated him. I will not invite you to. No. Oh, so we can giggle and laugh and have fun. For what? No. I'm sorry, I won't do that.
But she should honor the office of the president.
I will say,
she went high and they lost in 2016, and she did honor and show up. And then Donald Trump went so low, she was like, I'm not meeting you in the
talking about 6 hours of her time.
I do think we are off the slippery slope of election denialism. Both parties seem to have accepted the outcome here. It strikes me that we're in a strange place where we may be getting back to normal about the way our politics works following an election. You know, showing up and doing the traditions would be a continuation of that. Again, I don't personally care whether she goes or not. I'm sure Trump doesn't either. But I think we're in a better place today than we have been after the last several elections going back to 2000, truthfully. So that is a good thing.
After 2020.
Yeah, exactly.
After 2000, there's going to...
The 2020 election, whatever, that was just, bruh. It was a shame on them for real for what they did. Oh, I'm sorry. There's a lot of things was going on there, and nothing happened. You know, nothing happened for real.
There's going to be a peaceful transfer of power. I think that is a victory.
If you're a Catholic and you don't go to church on Sunday, you burn in hell. That's the way I look at this thing.
Look,
you got to follow the tradition.
I've said this once, and I'll say it again. The only time that we've had a former president not pass the baton to the person that is succeeding him was when Donald Trump did it. That's the only time it's ever happened.
Also bad.
I'm just saying that
it is bad too, but
so when we talk about slippery slopes, Donald Trump just went all the way off the cliff. Okay, he didn't even go down the slope. He just went off the cliff, and that's why we are where we are today.
I think for me, it's different for Trump, bro. It's different. And Melania, she's not playing with nobody. Have y'all seen the White House? No picture that she posts. She's not playing with nobody this on this time, man. Nope. Man, I give grace to Trump, man, for even, you know, going to the White House and sit down with Joe Biden after what they did to him. Yeah, he's a very strong man, and sit down with Obama and giggles and smile and, you know, have jokes with each other at the funeral after what they did to him, man. Hey, he's a very, very strong man. That's how I feel too, man. If somebody do anything to me, man, I'll forgive, but I will not forget. We will laugh, we will smile, we will whatever, man. But I will not forget, though. That's Trump right there. Yeah, man. Thank you for watching, man. Subscribe, share, and comment. Peace.